You can relocate to very amazing countries with very low requirement and get to these countries to look for jobs while you're in these countries. I know most of the times it is very difficult to secure jobs in your home countries, and that is why some of these governments make it very, very easy for the immigration or through the immigration processes to give you chances where you move to these countries for a period of time, mostly 6 months to 9 months, to look for work. And once you get this work, you can apply for the work visa from that country itself. And today, opportunity is one of a kind because you are going to relocate to this country and be able to look for work while you're in this country. You do not require your IELTS. You do not actually need to be very skilled. You need very low education requirements because they are both unskilled and skilled jobs in this country. And I'll be sharing with you everything, including the visa application processes, and also on the links I'll be sharing some of the websites that you can job hunt for jobs for anyone who is willing to take this amazing opportunity and grab it and relocate to this country to look for work. If you're coming across my video for the first time, my name is Kendi. I share information matters, relocation abroad, either to work, for study, or for conferences. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always tuning in. Thank you for always being here. I really do appreciate you, and I do not take you for granted. Everything I talk about on my videos is always linked on the description box, so always be sure to check it. I have a lot of amazing services I offer. Other than sharing opportunities on YouTube, I offer CV reviews, one-on-one sessions to help you, guide you where to look for opportunities all around the globe. The Job Seeker Visa will allow you to move to Portugal in specific for 120 days, and they're going to extend an extra 60 days if you are not successful to get jobs in the first 120 days in Portugal. Let me tell you something I love about Portugal. Portugal is very immigrant friendly, and it's very, very immigrant friendly to a fact that anytime that you get to Portugal through the job seeker visa route, you can go to government offices or the employment government offices that offers jobs, and through them they can tell you what kind of agencies or which places to look for the jobs that you're looking for. Definitely Portugal, the wages are lower if you compare them to other countries in Europe like Germany, France, UK, Switzerland. Their wages, I do not want to lie to you guys, they are minimal or they are on the lower side. The average salary wage for anyone working in Portugal is around 885 euros. But also the upside of that is that the cost of living in Portugal is not that high. So most of the people really do know how to manage to live under the 885 euros and be able to save something. The Job Seeker Visa will allow you to request or to apply for a visa in your home country to move to Portugal, and you're entitled to move to Portugal and stay in Portugal for 120 days, and then they'll extend it for an extra 60 days. That is for 6 months to look for work. Someone is going to ask me, or people, I know you're just wondering, what are the requirements? What is needed of me? I'm definitely going to share with you the portal or the government website where you can read more about this visa. But I just want to give you an overview of what is required of you, because guys, remember, I always want you to be informed so that you'll be able to know where to look for these amazing opportunities and pathways that will enable you to relocate abroad. You first need to fill your national visa application, and these you fill online, and you can find this visa application or the job seeker visa application under the website or under the consulate, mostly in or at VFS in most of the countries. Someone will ask me, because people always have a lot of questions on what about if there is no embassy or there is no Portuguese embassy in some of these countries, and that is why I mentioned VFS in your country is allowed or processes Portuguese visa. I sure do know the VFS in Kenya do process the Portuguese visa. So if you're a Nigerian, if you're Ghanaian, if you're Cameroonian, if you're South African, you are supposed to get this visa application done at VFS Global in your country, if not at the embassy or the Portuguese embassy in your country. So if the Portuguese does not have the embassy in your country, you'll find those services at VFS Global at your country. You also need, or your passport needs, definitely you need a passport for you to be able to apply for the job seeker visa to move to Portugal. And you also need, or your passport needs to be 3 months valid past the time that you should be in Portugal, have lived in Portugal. So that means, for example, if once you're applying for since the time you've gotten to Portugal to the time the 6 months have elapsed in Portugal, the visa should be valid for 3 more months so that it does not expire while you're still applying for your visa or for your work visa in Portugal. So that means generally, if you applied for your visa, or if you rather moved to Portugal in January, at around August, your visa should have at least 3 more months. That is September, October, November. So your visa should be expiring 3 months after the 6 months that you've lived in Portugal. You'll also need proof of your regular status. And what this means is that, for example, if you're a Zimbabwean living in South Africa, you need to show your legal status that you're living in South Africa as a regular or as a resident, and your status should be clear or should be cleared by the South African government. You also need your police clearance, or what we call the police certificate or the criminal record. You need to have a valid travel insurance, and this one is very easy to get. All you need is to have a few shillings and get a global insurance that will be able to sustain you for the time that you'll be in Portugal living and looking for work. Reason because once you get to this country under the job seeker visa, you're not entitled to their health benefits. And in the case of anything happens to you, you should be attended to. So that is why you need travel insurance. Another thing that you definitely need is you need to have some amount of funds in your account, and the Portuguese government states that you need to at least have 3 months salary equal to what you'll be earning in Portugal. And I just told you the average salary or the minimum wage for the Portuguese or in Portugal is 850 euros. So you multiply 850 euros multiply by 3, then that is the amount you should have in your bank statement. That is to show that for the time that you'll be in Portugal, at least looking for work, you will be able to cater for yourself. You also need to have at least a booking of your return ticket, of your flight return ticket, just in case if you do not land something. If you ask me, I'll say 6 months is quite a good time or enough time for you to be able to secure something. That is if you're not very choosy and if you really want to move. Remember guys, I share with you and I tell you that all you need sometimes is just a landing place. It is very good to move to these countries because they do not have a lot of requirements. And they are not very strenuous. So what you need to do is at least get something. Once you move to those countries, it is very easy for you to move to other places. Portugal borders Spain. Via Portugal, you'll get opportunities in the UK, you'll get opportunities in Spain, you can get opportunities in France. They just neighbor each other, and that is why I'm saying it is a landing port or a landing point for you to get these opportunities. Then you can move if you really want to move to other places. If you have further questions, please do kindly book my services with me for a one-on-one session. If you really want me to show you how to go about this process and you're very sure you want to go through this process, the application process, as long as you have everything that is required, is not that strenuous. I will guide you through what you need for you to be able to apply for this visa. The application processes or the application processing time of this visa is 45 days. It is not that long, and also it is not that short, but 70% pass rate for anyone who applies for this route or the job seeker route to Portugal is granted their visa. If you have any question, please do ask me down on the comment section. I am willing to help you. And until next video, keep safe, be safe, and bye.